There we are.
Yay!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's working.
Yeah, they goes automatic on here. You don't have to hit go live. It just boop,
very cool.
right there. All right.
Yeah, it just starts right up. There's like
Yepper pepper.
with Facebook, it's a different setup.
All right, wake me up when people come in the room. Take a nap. Serious.
Okay, girl. Me.
Hey, Connie Cleary, Lofty Moose. Yeah, with that. Please. Nora's here.
Sorry.
Please.
Sorry.
Hands off, man. Just kidding.
I was trying to wake you up, girl.
Movie and toy collector.
Hello, movie
Howdy.
and toy collector. Hey there, and Miss Nora and Lofty Moose.
Ooh.
Hey guys.
James Moose Gorilla. Hey there, buddy. Oh, Bubba's here. Bubba.
Hey there, Bubba.
Good evening.
To our night owls, they're coming into the chat. Very, very cool. We hope you guys had a good week. And yeah, it was an interesting movie that we hosted this week.
Yes.
Because it was an indie film, and
Jennifer.
not everyone is used to indie films, or maybe they're not familiar with them.
Tomo says Happy Freak Out Friday. Happy Freak Out Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Friday.
Yes, and we have neighbor Brian probably watching tonight.
Good morning, neighbor.
In the morning.
Good morning, neighbor Brian. He'll watch the next morning.
That's right. So how you doing, B?
Hi. Very cool, guys.
Woo.
All right, well, let's introduce ourselves in case if someone stumbles in on YouTube and they don't know what they're watching.
Okay, ready?
Or someone watches this later and they don't know what we're watching.
That's true.
What's going on. I'm Jana Decay the Mummy.
And I'm Grimm Gorri the Monkey.
And together we host
the
Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover.
Yeah. And then this is
the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover. And this is our after party talk show. We're horror film hosts. We stream Cheesy B movies on Facebook, and we also have it simulcasted on Public Media Network.
Yes.
And you can watch it through Roku, Fire Stick, and Amazon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Kenji, over at Public Media Network. And then after we wrap up the Facebook show, the live streaming show, we jump on over to our YouTube channel and have a little chit chat with everyone.
That's right.
So this is episode
57.
56, I believe.
57, I think. I just changed it from 56 to 57.
Well, we didn't do 56, did we?
The last number on the for me to edit was 56, so this is 57.
Oh, it must be 57 then.
It doesn't change every week whether we do a show or not.
Well, we weren't on last week. We weren't on YouTube last week, so I don't know if it had that on there.
But why would it automatically change? It doesn't do that.
We'll check it later.
You have to manually change it. The last number that I had to manually change said 56, so this is 57.
Okay, then I guess it's 57.
That's what it is. We got this. All right, so we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's start talking about the. We do. Let's talk about the. Yeah,
let's talk about that first.
Yeah, the Mid-May Massacre.
Yeah, so last weekend was interesting because. We weren't on YouTube here chatting with you guys last week because we had to shoot some promo videos, and then we had to get things set up for the Mid-May Massacre. And Mid-May Massacre is an online convention that happens on MidmayMassacre.com, and it was on May 15th and 16th. It was on last weekend. They had some discussion panels, and we were a part of a horror host discussion panel. And the cool thing was the host of it, Dr. Fearless, is Hollywood actor David Dust Melchin, and he's also a writer. He wrote the comic book series Count Crowley by Dark Horse Comics, and it's about a horror host, a television horror host, and it takes place in the 1980s.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we read it and actually got to participate in a panel with Rich Coase, who plays Svengoolie, Marlena Midnight, Dr. Sarcophagi, Mr. Lobo.
Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. She's on YouTube.
Yeah, so I think that was all of the people that we...
and Mr. Lobo.
Yes, I said that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So that was... So we actually, we were asked questions, and all the horror hosts kind of took a few minutes to answer each question. And it was a really good time. I mean, I like David's character, the Yeah, Dr. Fearless, kind of fun.
He has like these
Throwback.
Nosferatu, like vampire teeth, and he's kind of like old school looking.
It's old. He looks like Nosferatu. He looks Nosferatu with hair. Basically.
Yeah, with like a black wig, and then he has this like high collar and
bat collar. Yeah.
Yeah, like a bat collar.
I like that.
It's cute.
Yeah, we had a really good time. It was about an hour long. So we all did our best to comment and answer the questions. And the questions were like, when did we first figure out our characters, and what was that like? Or come up with the idea, what inspired us.
Yeah, like who inspired us.
Yeah.
And then like where can people watch you? It was like basic questions to get to know all the different hosts.
But then there's the one. Go ahead.
And I like that. Everyone seemed to have equal time, where he gave us each like a couple minutes to answer the question and talk a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And the one question that really got everybody was, has your show ever impacted anybody, whether it was like positive or got them like a therapy, it's like therapeutic for them or whatever. I mean,
or if there was like a fan that really stood out, and
or a situation that stood out.
Yeah.
And for us, it was some people that. Or their friends have told us that our show has gotten them through some really dark times in their lives. I mean, we're talking about, goodbye type stuff, and
like depression and anxiety issues, and like some bad incidences that happened to them,
and a few times we were asked if can you just say, give them a shout out, because they'll be watching tonight, and that really did change their mood. So it's the show, is silly as it is, I guess it means a lot to some people, and that means a lot to us. So
it does. It's like, we hope that it can distract someone and cheer you up, and it's something cheesy and fun that you go watch, and that's what we try to do.
And quite frankly, I mean, that's what the horror hosts that I grew up watching did for me. I mean, there was always something you could rely on. Whatever, Friday night's coming up, you get your snacks, and you're no matter what happens, what's going on in your family, with your siblings, with your parents,
right?
They're going to be asleep and you're going to be up, and you're going to stay up and watch this crazy show, and it brought you comfort, and this was obviously way before Netflix and the advent of online streaming, so you're also limited to programming, so it was even more special because it was something you really dug,
Right.
So yeah, and there was, now there's like so much stuff out there. Like if you like horror hosting, all you have to do is go on Google, type in horror hosts, and boom, you're there.
There's like a ton of us.
A rabbit hole, they call that rabbit holes in YouTube, and you start just kind of going down these different subjects that you might be interested in. There's just tons of stuff now.
Yeah.
Whereas before you were limited to probably a few hours on one night, during the week.
And that's, back in the day, you only had 3 or 4 TV channels. Right. Now there's so much on television. There's so much with streaming.
TV, whatever,
there's different options, which is great. There's different ways to watch, your favorite shows. So let's go into the comments a little bit.
Well, Tom says, you guys are great, and horror movies always give me a lift. Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, that's exactly.
James Muscarella, I'll be 64 Monday.
64 years young, James.
Happy birthday, James.
That's right. Happy early birthday.
And I apologize, Grimm. What was the other comment?
Oh, Tom O said, you guys are great, and horror movies always give me a lift. That's cool.
Oh, thank you, Tom O. And I didn't mean to interrupt him reading that.
Oh, that's okay.
I apologize.
No, I think you said after.
I just saw the birthday thing and thought, oh, no, we need to do an announcement. I stumbled upon all of this after I was laid off last year. It's been much appreciated.
That's Nora. Hey.
Thank you, Miss Nora.
We appreciate you watching. We
do.
It's a blast actually putting the show together. We have a lot of reasons why we do it. I think the number one reason is because we both love horror hosts, and we like this genre. And it's a creative art form. We get to actually use a lot of the things that we were interested in, like makeup and costumes and Halloween and
cosplay and Halloween.
And for me, it's like editing video. I love learning. I've kind of cut my teeth on editing video just from working on this show, and all the artwork I get to contribute as well to our show, and all the money we save on not having to hire someone to do all our artwork. It's great.
Yeah.
Trust me, I don't get paid.
He does all the graphics. We do have some fans that send in the artwork, like Randall He did some of the CGI graphics.
Oh yeah,
Tony Beller,
See,
stellar Tony Beller.
Yes.
He made some. He makes the show in between cards.
We noticed wasn't in the chat tonight.
Yeah, we didn't see him in the chat.
Hope you're all right, buddy.
But maybe he'll watch the replay.
James wants to know what's the topic tonight. James Muscarella. Well, there is no topic.
The topic is there is no topic.
It's a potpourri, you know.
It
it's
is.
Sort of
We're just hanging out with you guys.
Was that the Jeopardy time when potpourri would come up? That the game when they go through the different categories.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, potpourri, and that would be miscellaneous
It was just random
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that. The Muppets going to do a Halloween special on Disney Plus called Haunted Mansion Puppets.
Oh.
And you know they're going to open up a haunted house. Restaurant.
So Cleveland Heights, where I guess Melt used to be. There's people opening up a haunted house themed restaurant. So that's going to be interesting. We want to maybe visit sometime.
That's right.
A haunted house themed restaurant. That is too cool. Very cool.
See Connie Cleary. Hi Janet and Grimm, thank you for what you do. Also, Mom was going through a lot. It will be a year in August for being cancer free. Thank goodness. That's good to hear.
So glad,
Connie,
so glad she's doing better.
Yeah, Mama Monkey had some issues a few years back too, like that, and so far so good. So
yeah, very.
You know how it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we might have to check that out. We're thinking about popping in there. You think it's Mummy and Monkey?
Maybe we should contact the owners and see if
do an appearance
and ask if we could film there or do an appearance there. That would be fun.
Oh, John Biggins, that's a flattering thing to say. Watching our show is kind of like celebrating Halloween every week.
Oh, thanks, John.
You know what? And you say you say watching your show, talking to us, but in actually,
it's your show.
It's all of our show.
It's a show for the peoples. For
Gary's,
you guys out there.
Yeah, Gary Smith says, "Hiya, gang! Hiya, 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 hiya."
Hi, Gary.
Now, yeah. Speaking of that soundbite, the Froggy soundbite, I have some. I went on a pretty interesting trip on this past Wednesday, where I picked up some really cool stuff.
You did,
We'll talk about it later. I don't want to.
I think it would make for a good video.
It would. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to go through.
For YouTube or maybe a live stream.
Yes, but it's related to the Channel 55 Ghoul show. But there's stuff that I have procured, let's say, that's blown my mind. And I can't wait to share it with everybody soon.
Grimm has got some more artifacts, some more television history artifacts.
Oh, really good.
We'll just say that.
Yes. Wolf Ranger says the horror host where I lived back in the day used to do all right. Spook Spectaculars every Halloween.
Nice.
A marathon of monster horror films would run on the Friday nearest to Halloween. That's cool. And you remember that, you'll never forget it.
Yeah, those memories stick with you. Some other stuff.
Yeah. True.
These are just some cool things that I just wanted. I don't know if anyone else is into this, but there's a new He-Man cartoon coming to Netflix. He-Man Masters of the Universe. And I remember, like the original one from the 80s. Then they tried to bring it back in 2001. They made a new cartoon series and then a new action figure series. And I remember the action figures even came with a VHS tape of the episodes to get you interested in watching the cartoon. But it didn't really pick up steam, and it just maybe lasted a year.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to bring it back, and I think it's supposed to be for most ages, but I think it might be for like the adults that want to be big kids again, or have that nostalgic feeling.
Wow.
But the artwork looks cool. Like when I looked it up, if you guys look it up later, I thought the artwork looked neat. So if there's any Masters of the Universe fans out there, you might be interested in that. It has monsters in it and stuff.
I'm sure.
I know it's not technically horror, but
I'm sure it's all monstery. Yeah.
It's fun and retro. And then here's a horror themed. There's a movie coming out. There's a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the works. Yeah, and it's not like a remake. It's not a reboot. It's an actual sequel.
Oh wow!
A Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel.
But they did a part 2, so it's just following that same original timeline. or not timeline, but franchise.
Well, Marilyn Burns, who was Sally, and then Gunnar Hansen, who was Leatherface, they've passed away. Those actors have passed on. I think Sally, or Marilyn Burns passed away in 2014. Gunnar Hansen, it had to have been maybe a handful of years ago. It had to, it wasn't that long ago. But they're going to have new actors play like older versions of those characters.
Oh.
So it's like, so it's supposed to take place almost, 40 years later. Where Leatherface is old, so it's going to be like old man Leatherface.
His leathery face, even more leathery.
Even more leathery, yeah, even more wrinkles.
Wow, that's
whose
crazy.
Wrinkles we don't know.
Yeah,
but he's going to have more wrinkles.
He's going to have an older person's face on his face.
And they're going to instead of they wanted to use minimal CGI for this one. I hear.
Do tell.
They're going to use more practical effects, more practical gore, so that could turn out really good. I hope this movie ends up being really good. I want to see it when it comes out.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
And we haven't gone to go see a movie in forever, so.
Yeah, so Nora Wallace says, yeah, I saw the original movies, and I'm kind of tired of everyone jumping on the bandwagon to recreate and reboot movies from our youth. Yeah, aren't there any new ideas? We've talked about this before at length, and
Oh yeah.
We don't know either. Why don't they just come up? Because the original. Well, they did base it on a guy that was chopping people up. Was it Ed Gein? They based it on?
It was loosely based off of Ed Gein, and there's a lot of horror films that were, I guess, inspired by those true horror stories.
But it was stories, but it wasn't. Yeah. They came up with the movie based on events that occurred in actual crime events. Mm-hmm. They didn't
like
base their movie on a movie.
Stories, yeah. Which makes some of the movies even creepier if it's loosely based off of things that have actually happened.
Yes, you're getting some love for your comment about someone else's wrinkles. That is funny. Nora also says most of these movies still hold well on their own, and they do. A good example to me is it's not horror, but it kind of is horror. Ghostbusters. It's like, why would you?
Oh,
that's
Ghostbusters.
An iconic movie,
Oh, it's so awesome.
Just continue it. I could see them making a part 3 or whatever. And
those first 2 Ghostbuster movies were really, really good. Yeah, we talked about that other one with that came out maybe 4 years ago, and it was impressed. The actresses did a good job. It's just the writing was bad, the story was bad.
Yeah, it just
was crap.
Horrible idea.
It was just a dumpster fire.
I wasn't a big fan. But.
Yeah, I was so disappointed. We saw that in the theater. I even bought a pack of Ecto Coolers.
Yep.
I remember even buying a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, one of those new figures. Or did you get that for me?
I think I got that.
I think you got that for me as a treat.
As a gift. As a treat. And then you make a s'more out of them.
And that movie just sucked. It was no good. And then what I didn't like is the fans were bashing the actresses, saying that they sucked. No, they're good actresses. It's just they had a bad script.
Right.
It wasn't really their fault. It was a paid gig for them. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
They're remaking The Breakfast Club. Why?
Why are they remaking Breakfast Club?
Don't remake all John Hughes movies. Remake 16 Candles. Remake Home Alone. Why not? Because it's an older movie now. Who cares?
Old Man Leatherface would be a good title.
Yeah, makeup. Yeah, it's kind of was that repetitive or? Yeah, I mean, just come up with a new movie idea. That's all. And
I'm okay with sequels. If they did let's say they did a Ghostbusters sequel where. Right. 40 years later, it's the kids of the Ghostbusters, or maybe a young apprentice that's training to be the new Ghostbusters to take over, to carry on that legacy or whatever. I think that would be okay. I'm okay with sequels.
But there is a new Ghostbusters movie coming out.
Oh.
With the original cast, except for Harold Ramis.
Well, I hope it doesn't suck.
No, it's a continuation of the... I wonder if they're dead.
We'll see.
See, I thought an interesting idea.
Harold Ramis, isn't he gone?
Yes, I said everyone but him.
Yeah.
I thought an idea I had was that they're dead, or they got sucked away in some mission, and they're either dead or in a ghost sort of state, like in a realm.
Mm-hmm.
And they could get maybe put back in their bodies at the end or something. Or maybe the original guys are ghosts themselves, and then some other newer, ingenues come in and
so
they become, but they help them fight, but other
So
worlds.
they were good ghosts.
Yeah, but when they get together and they fight alongside new Ghostbuster
kind
guys.
of like how Slimer's a good ghost.
Yes, but yeah, so they're
a friendly ghost.
So they're dead and they're ghosts.
Like Casper.
And they're helping the new Ghostbuster, recruits fight, something else out there, beyond. But I just did just an idea I popped in my head.
Yeah. Like I'm okay with sequels. Like I could watch sequels. That's okay. I'm not a big fan of the retellings and remakes and.
It's lazy.
I think it's like make something original. Like make your own creation.
Well, it's a very corporate thing. It's like a decision. This movie made billions of dollars. Let's why try to come up with something new? Let's just do a continuation, and keep feeding off the teat of that franchise. That has built-in fans. If we remake the movie, those same fans will go see it. Well, maybe not.
Tom says, "How about another Evil Dead or Friday the 13th sequel?"
Well.
I would be okay with a sequel. With Friday the 13th, I mean, Jason's already been to space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could get cheesier than that.
He's been to hell.
He's been to hell. I mean, he's done a lot. So I don't know what else they could do with Jason. I mean, maybe in the sequel, Jason could be like on TikTok or something.
Oh, on The Bachelor.
Yeah, or maybe they should put like Jason on The Bachelor. That would be hilarious.
He just kills everybody.
Yeah, just make a comedy of it at that point.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it, But yeah, I mean, I think I would take those kind of crappy sequels any day over the remakes.
Or maybe Jason goes on Maury Povich and finds out his mother isn't his mother.
Oh.
In the case of 35-year-old Jason, Mrs. Voorhees, you are not the mother. Woo! Crazy stuff. And then see what Jason flips out and kills the whole audience.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Oh, Dino is into his.
Late Horror Show. Dino is here. Awesome.
Jason goes to Hawaii. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can get really creative with it. I bet there's a lot of awesome fan-made films. Yeah. Which one there was a Batman one we watched recently.
Oh.
I'm wondering, are there fan films probably of like Friday the 13th?
Yes, there are.
Are there Jason fan films?
We have some. Yeah.
Okay.
We got some.
I need to see these because they're probably really funny.
Any day at Walmart feels like it's Friday the 13th. Yeah. Jason goes to Walmart.
This is very true. Yes, the people of Walmart. They're creatures of Walmart.
Hey, I shop at Walmart. All right.
Sometimes we have to. It's a necessary evil. Lois is here. Hello, Miss Lois. Jason on the Love Boat. Jason's cooking show. Now people are like,
they're
giving ideas.
They're vamping on that.
Yeah.
Will Crisman says,
Steve Wilkos.
It actually circles back to the comments earlier about indie films. We need those because they are often the only films giving us new ideas. Speaking of that, there's a new Toxic Avenger movie being remade.
Your lip needed some help.
Ouch.
There you go.
They're doing a Hollywood version of Toxic Avenger. Again, really doesn't need it because the original movie is great.
The original movie's perfect.
And
wonderful and fun.
But there you go. I mean...
So we'll see if Hollywood ruins this one.
40 years later, they remake the movie.
But, I'm sure it was a good payday for Lloyd Kaufman.
James Muscarella says, I really miss you guys when you don't have the Hairy Scary Hangover live stream chat. Yeah, we miss you all too.
Yeah, we missed you guys too. We really missed chatting with you guys last week. But it got to the point where it's like, we got to get some stuff done.
Yeah,
and we'll just, sometimes life happens.
Life intervenes, but, we're not going to be away for long, that's for sure.
No. We don't want to be away for long, so sometimes we do take a week off.
People are pining away for Naoko. Yeah, she's not in the chat here, but she was in the movie chat.
Yeah, she was on Facebook chatting a little bit. She was.
It was good seeing her, always good.
Yeah. And then we had...
our fan in Japan.
Yeah, we have a fan in Japan, and then we had some fans from Germany watching. So that was really cool.
I held up the banana earlier, Bobby. He's checking on his banana.
Oh, the banana?
It's my banana. Where'd it go?
Here it is.
Ah, my priceless banana. Here it is, Bobby, just for you, to prove that I do have it. So,
There's the banana.
It still is here, close to, well, I would say my heart, but it is still
It's
here.
close to his farts.
It's close to my, I'm going to put it down here so it is close to my fart.
There you go.
Oh.
All right, let's see. Michael Craig. I wish they would remake Brewster McCloud. The original starred Bud Cort and Shelley Duvall.
That movie I rarely. What about Remo Williams?
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. So
I just saw that VHS Brewster McCloud. I just saw that today at the thrift
so
store.
I don't really. I remember it on TV a little bit.
I should have picked it up
A long time ago. How is 42nd Street Pete doing? Says Tom O. He is doing a lot better, actually. He wants to record more videos for his YouTube. I do help with his YouTube channel. I haven't done a video in a couple weeks. I think I used all the videos he filmed, but I think he's working on a few more, and he should be completely healed in a few weeks.
Yeah, he had some just to kind of just make it generic, some abdominal surgery.
Yeah.
But now he's deadlifting, so he's good. He's up to like maybe 400 pounds deadlifting. He's an amazing man.
Don't listen.
You can't. Yeah, I can't believe how fast he rebounded from that surgery.
So yeah, we were helping him out, and we continue to help him if he asks for it. You know, we check in on him from time to time to see how he's doing.
Yes.
And him and the dogs are so far so good. And he got a new turtle, so maybe he'll video.
What was wrong with the old one? It was getting too clogged up.
Jeez. He has a turtle for his paw.
Oh, turtle.
A turtle.
I thought you said something else.
Turtle. The animal. Not like a turd.
Turd hole.
No, turtle.
I got a new one.
Jeez.
We can kind of talk like that. We can be a little blue on this show. I think the kiddos up are watching this.
No, it's too late for them.
I didn't know that surgery was possible. Can you have two turtles? Hey. Yeah, Lois says, yeah, they're making, I've read that too. They're making a new, and what other videotape do we look at today? Highlander. Remember that?
Oh, they're making Highlander?
With Henry Cavill.
Why?
You know, Cavill.
Why?
Because again, there's no other books out there. There's no other ideas.
They can't create anything different or new.
There's just not. It's all no. There's not.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Why?
I'm being sarcastic.
Why don't they just make a weird dumb sequel or something?
Just go to any yard sale or any thrift store. Close your eyes, grab a book off the shelf, and make a movie out of whatever you pick up. It's a better idea. Mm-hmm. Chances are you'll pick up something that has never been optioned for a movie.
Yeah. Well, with the Hollywood style, they go with whatever they think is safe. Whatever they think they can make some bucks that first weekend. They don't really take a lot of chances with originality or creativity. And that's where the independent film shines. The independent films and the independent comic books, they give Hollywood ideas. And yeah, like what you mentioned earlier, Toxic Avenger started out as an independent film. Now Hollywood wants to Hollywood it up and make their own version, which could be good or could be really bad. We'll find out later on, won't we? But yeah, they just go with whatever's safe. And hey, if this indie movie has a cult following and it's had a cult following for 40 years, okay, I guess 40 years later we'll make a remake of it.
Oh, Tony's here.
That's just how they are. That's how big business seems to be with filmmaking. Unfortunately, I wish they would take some more chances and do some more creative things.
The star Tony Beller's here. Yeah.
Tony Beller's here.
All right.
Woohoo! All right, let's see.
A reboot of Big Trouble in Little China. Why?
Is that another one?
That's Kurt Russell. He was it's where he plays. I forget the name of the character. It's not, Snake Plissken is Escape from L.A. and New York. Whatever. I didn't. I've seen Big Trouble in Little China, but it never really gelled with me. It's not that I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't know that I liked it when I saw it. It's not very memorable to me. I remember some parts in it, but it wasn't one that I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorite movies, But not putting it down, I just what was bad was Buckaroo Banzai. What?
Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai wasn't a good movie.
Oof.
Will says most big budget movies now aren't really films; they're products.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
Yeah, that's really a good way to put it.
Yes, they're just looking at it from a bottom. It's not even artistic anymore. I mean, there's a lot of artistic stuff that goes into making these movies, and the design, and the sets, and the costumes, and all that cool stuff. But it really is a product. If we make this movie, what will it deliver?
Yeah.
Now, look, I know this isn't all. It's a business, and I get that.
We get it. It's a business. They want to make money. They want to be profitable, which is understandable. I mean, who wouldn't? But sometimes you need to take a chance, do something really creative.
Don't play so safe, yeah.
Don't play it so safe all the time, because you might make like the next like legendary film. I mean, you never know.
And here's the gist of it. It's always been a business. So how did we get so many good films out of that same business? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Back in the day, they would put out these films and they were all brand new. They didn't do remakes all the time.
A lot of studios took chances. They had nothing to base these numbers on. They were like, "You want to make a movie about what? A guy that jumps out of a lake because his mom was killed or something. He was drowned." It didn't exist.
When Nosferatu was made in 1921, 1922, they didn't say, well,
nobody wants to see
this.
No one saw that before.
Or when they made Dracula, they didn't. Universal didn't say, "Oh, well, no one wants to see this. No one knows what this is."
Right? Yeah. But they took. A chance was taken.
Yeah.
And at least they were trying to be creative. That's when they thought out of the box. When they would come up with these wild movies. And it still happens. I mean, there's tons of good movies that are made now. Mm-hmm. That aren't packaged like a product, or made on purpose to make X amount of money, and if it doesn't, then the person that directed it never works again or whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So just taking a moment to say, hey guys, if you like chatting with us, hit the like button. Boop. Pretty please. Hit subscribe. If you don't like us, hit the dislike button. That's okay too. It counts as activity towards the channel. And then if you hit the little bell next to subscribe, next time we go live or upload a video, you'll get notified so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, Connie Clear is reading my mind. Metropolis, that movie is so amazing. It was made like in 1922, I believe.
Oh, that movie's beautiful.
If you've never seen them, it's a silent movie, so yeah, it's black and white and silent. Oh, boring. But the visuals are amazing. They built stuff that, I mean, these sets are just incredible.
They really are.
If you've never seen Metropolis, just treat yourself. Watch a little bit of it if you can't stand a whole silent movie. But it's crazy. Production values are amazing, and could you imagine at that time that nothing was like that was ever seen?
Right.
Ever.
It was an all new concept. I mean, filmmaking was so new then, and they were taking chances and making sets and making props, and they were getting real creative.
Lots of art, yeah.
And I mean that's to see something creative and different and new, I think is a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
it gives it's like something fresh.
Like I would love to know
rather than another remake, another retelling.
I wonder if there's any behind the scenes stories about the making of Metropolis, like what these persons had to do to convince us to. Could you imagine pitching that movie? And you want to do what? A robot gets the soul of a human. What are you talking about? Yeah, and it's going to look like it's going to have these giant rings, and just to describe the actual idea for Metropolis, and then I would love to know the behind the scene mechanics. If that exists out there, if there are stories or books written on it,
there might be information on it.
I would love to. That sounds so interesting.
On the interwebs.
Because I would love to see that happen today. Someone will walk into a movie or studio's place and go, "Here's an idea I have for a film," and they just sit there and go, "That is so weird. It's got to be good, right? I mean, let's just do it."
Well. In nowadays, it's not a remake. We don't want to do it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, speaking of remakes, I don't know if we talked about this. They're remaking The Munsters.
Oh boy, Rob Zombie.
And Rob Zombie is remaking The Munsters, and Cassandra Peterson's going to be one of the characters, and then his wife, I believe, is going to be Lily Munster, Sherry Moon Zombie. So. Rob Zombie movies, we know how they are. We know they're definitely not for kids. We know they're nitty gritty. They're gross. They're he has his own weird way of filmmaking, which is fine. But then the Munsters original television show from the 60s is goofy and fun, and it's like Halloween monster kid friendly. So I don't know how this is gonna be. I guarantee. Is it gonna be like dark and scary and more adult? Or is it going to be, is he going to make like this weird demented kids show? I don't know.
Slasher movie.
Yeah, and it's going to be on Peacock, on their live streaming thing, on their little subscription thing. So I don't know when we'll see it or when they're releasing it, but it's like, really, I've got mixed feelings about that.
Nora says the only two Rob Zombie movies that are good are Lords of Salem, which we haven't seen yet. We have it. And Devil's Rejects. I do like Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects, I like parts of it, but then there's parts I don't like.
It's a brutal movie.
It's tough for me to watch, honestly.
But it's done better than the House of a Thousand
You
Corpses.
could tell he was definitely inspired by those 70s grindhouse films that perfected it. And I do, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Rob Zombie. I like his music more than the movies. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Sorry, Rob Zombie fans.
A lot of people have some pretty, clear, opinions on Rob Zombie stuff out there. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so it's gonna be weird. It'll be weird, to see how
David
this
Waldman
plays
says,
out.
if you're a woman, I don't think you like the Devil's. Absolutely not. It's so brutal.
I can't.
But that's
it's gross.
How do you explain it? That's what I like about it, is that it's so realistic, and that's what makes me sick about it too. Is that it's not zombies or people coming out of there from space. These are people killing people.
It's these gross weirdos.
Yeah, they're just homicidal maniacs. That's all that
they're
do.
just totally insane.
They'll just shoot somebody to shoot them. I mean that's unfortunately you can just turn the news on and see that. But
yeah, I mean a lot of that stuff happens in real life. So a lot of times when I watch horror films or sci-fi films, it's like a little bit of I watch it as an escape, to escape all the stuff on there.
But I don't. It's not something I watch all the time. Trust me. If it's
Yeah, I have to be in the right mindset to even watch a movie that's really
and even then I have to turn
messed
my
up.
head. I just can't. Anymore.
Yeah, even though I know it's like fake. These are fake scenes. Some of it is like really ugh.
Yeah, it is. If you look at it as like cartoon violence, I guess, but it is brutal though.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to something else.
Oh, and guys, we do have a super chat. It's like a virtual tip jar. If you do use that, we do appreciate it. It's not necessary, but it is appreciated. And then we do have a Teespring store.
We need Chick-fil-A money.
No, not Chick-fil-A. Maybe Torgo Bell.
Okay, whatever.
But can you show the Teespring thing on here?
Yeah.
The coupon code?
Sure.
Because we have a coupon code where you can get
You
some cool Mummy and the Monkey swag. Yeah.
You want to see the commercial?
Commercial?
The little spot we did.
Yeah.
Let me go to stills. I don't know what's going to be on there, but okay, that's on there.
That's not it.
So I know. Give me a second. Oh, boy. There it is. There's a Teespring thing right there. And here's the little commercial right here.
There we go. It's teespring.com/stores/the Mummy and the Monkey. And we have the link in our videos here on YouTube. And then we also have the link on our Mummy and the Monkey page, themummyandthemonkey.com.
Right.
We have t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, comfort hoodies. With summer coming up, the tank tops, that would be cool. And there's a coupon code for the rest of the month, so you have a little over a week. It's called May Monster.
Ooh.
May Monster is the coupon code. It's in big letters, all in caps. May Monster.
Whoa. Nora,
wow.
thank you. And John Biggins.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. So yeah, coupon code MayMonster, you get 15% off of anything you order on Teespring. It helps support what we do, supports the channel, and you get a discount getting some cool swag.
Yeah, and eternal thanks.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so that's the coupon code, and I can take that off. Boop. Yeah, I have not seen the third movie in the House of a Thousand Corpses franchise.
Was it called 13?
It was 3 from Hell.
Or 3 from Hell. I knew the number 3 was in there somewhere.
I don't know. I didn't hear a lot of good things about it, so I'll just kind of if I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. And anyway. All right, yeah.
3 from Hell. Wasn't that Sid Haig's last movie?
Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah, because he was on, I think he was still on contract, and they used him for like a few scenes in that movie from what I've heard. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, people were talking about the
And
Cruella
then,
movie.
and then I think he may have passed away like the following year or something. It was a couple of years ago he passed, right? Like
Yes,
2 years ago?
about 3 years ago now, I think. Or maybe it was 2.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, before the COVID.
I think it was right before the pandemic and all that craziness. Connie Cleary, $4.99. Thank you so much,
yes,
Miss Connie.
Thank you.
Thank you to you and your mom. I hope mom's doing good.
The Cruella movie. They're making a Cruella Duville movie.
So they did, didn't they do a...
Yes, with Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie Wicked?
No.
Was that what that was?
I thought it was, what's her name?
Maleficent.
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 That was Maleficent.
I heard that movie was good. I'm not like... There's some Disney movies I like, but I don't see all the Disney movies right away. But the Cruella one might be fun. I did like 101 Dalmatians. You didn't like it?
I don't watch all those.
You don't watch that?
That's all silly.
The live version.
Is there any
The
blood
live
in there?
action? No.
Any karate? Is Spider-Man in it? Then I don't watch
No. What are the comments here?
Sid was very ill during filming. Insurance company didn't want to insure him. Rob personally guaranteed his performance. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. Read about that.
Aw, poor Sid. Yeah, we met him in 2016, and I think I met him twice. Once at Cinema Wasteland, and once at Motor City Nightmares in 2016.
Yes.
It was Sid Haig and a few other actors, but they were in the lobby, and they were talking with one of our friends, and Cinema Wasteland came up, and he was like, "Oh, I would like to go back to that one," and I don't think he was able to go back.
No, unfortunately, no. I mean, it was
But Sid
not
was
politics, but just a preference of the owner.
But Sid was very nice and
very nice guy.
very kind to the fans.
Oh yeah,
very
he's a sweetheart. That
approachable.
guy, he was great.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he was very cool.
Too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone commented on Evil Dead. They did the Evil Dead TV show. There's like, I think 2 or 3 seasons of that. We watched the first season, loved it. We have to catch up on that too.
Yeah, the Evil Dead TV show, we watched some of it.
Pretty good.
It was really good. We were really liking it.
So
we need to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, it understood what it was. I mean, that's what it is. It's goofy, like dark humor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see a bunch of spiders on the screen.
Spider Baby.
Oh, he was Spider Baby. I think that was his first movie. Or one of his first movies.
Oh, Nora had the hots for Sid back in the day. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Naoko said Sid scares me. Well, that's what he's supposed to do.
He's supposed to be scary.
Yeah, in real life he was a nice guy. He played all kind of weird characters in his career too.
Yeah, but in person he was real nice, Naoko. Yeah. He was a nice guy.
Let's see, what else?
So, okay, we talked about movies, we talked about TV shows.
Now we're going to talk about your mama.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
No.
Not tonight. Next time we'll talk about your mama.
You leave mama alone. You leave mummies alone.
Talk about your mama. All right.
So, Mummy Memorial Day is coming up.
Ooh.
A Memorial Day weekend
what are
next
your plans?
week.
What are our plans? I don't know.
Our plans? Let's talk about plans. All right. So we're not going to do a show next weekend. We might do some stuff with YouTube, but we're not going to host a movie next week.
Oh, rats. That's
so because it's a holiday and a lot of people will be out picnicking and camping.
And we want to be those people.
And we want to be part of those people too. We want to go out and picnic and maybe camp or something.
And step in dog poop.
Well,
we want to do that.
I'm not much of a camping person. Maybe I could go glamping.
Well, speaking of that, we went to we went for a walk in the park. Finally, we got to get out and walk or stroll around Al Fresco the other day. And we walked by this, and people were doing their thing. They got people grilling and biking and got the dogs out.
Yeah.
But there was 2 guys smoking a hookah in the park at a regular picnic table. And this thing did not have regular hookah juice in it.
No, it smelled like some other type of substance.
Wow.
And it was very strong.
Yeah.
I think we were walking through the park and getting a contact.
Buzz.
Yes.
Hey, Michael Craig. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
Question for Janet. If Grimm became a zombie, would you put him out of his misery or just walk away and let fate make the call?
Oh, that's a good question, Michael.
This is your chance.
Could I put him on a leash and keep him as a zombie pet? Like Fido or like Shaun of the Dead, where he kept his zombie friend like outside on a leash.
Depends what you're into. I'm down. We can do that now if you want. You don't have to wait for me to be a zombie. Get the leash out. Let's do it.
All right, Grimm. Calm down.
Yeah, you know how I'm going. Okay, I hope Monster Bash comes back again. Everyone does once. Everyone wants stuff to open up. We want our lives back, yes.
Well, James Muscarella, they are having a Monster Bash next month.
An outside one, right?
Outside at a drive-in. It's going to be called Monster Bash Under the Stars. So they're still having a Monster Bash, but this time around we're going to sit out from it. And you know, we might go to the one next year.
Right.
If things get better.
We might.
Yeah.
If all goes well, we'll be there. Cheddar teeth and all. Okay.
Yeah. Where did the other...
Someone wants to win Stasha's worn babushka. Ooh.
Oh, no, that babushka. No, that babushka's priceless. So do you guys want to hear the story of Stasha's babushka?
Yeah.
Gather around, everyone.
Her dupa?
I'm going to tell you a story about Stasha's babushka. Not her dupa.
Oh.
No, we don't talk about that. That's just wrong and impolite. We're going to talk about her babushka. So, the Stasha character... so we were going to, this is a behind the scenes thing.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking out of character. We were going to a flea market.
We were at a flea market.
We were at a flea market maybe 3-4 years ago. And it was one of the last things I bought that day. There was a pile of stuff like an old trunk and some old vintage clothing. And there was this babushka and it looked handmade. And you could see the stitching in the fabric and it looked real old. Actually, let me go get it.
Okay. Go fetch that babushka. This is why you can't win it, because it's a one-of-a-kind. Who Stole the Babushka could be the new polka song, right? You got it?
I have the babushka.
Here it goes. Here, now we have,
the
Exhibit
babushka.
A.
Yes. So it has this cool old stitching, and you could tell it's handmade. It's definitely handmade for sure. And the gentleman that sold it to me at the flea market said that it belonged to a woman who was 93 years old.
Years young.
She lived to be 93, and he did a house clean out.
Oh, that's what that was from.
So this was from some sweet little bubcha who lived to be 93 years old.
Wow.
And this was her little homemade babushka. And it has the zigzag stitching, and you could tell it was made on her old Singer sewing machine. So this is priceless, and we ended up using it for Stasha. Stasha from the old country, the babushka beauty from Parma, Ohio. And the rest is history. So this will live on. So I don't know who that bubcha was, but we thank her. And, you know, it's not always sad to buy things that are from a person who passed on. You hope that the items get reused and that energy of them enjoying it gets passed on to someone else. So
Right.
you hope like the good vibes will carry on. It's not always like a sad thing. So we had people comment once that they don't like going to estate sales because it makes them sad.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think about
And
that kind of stuff too.
It can be sad, yeah, but I try not to think of it in a sad way because the stuff isn't just getting thrown at a dumpster. Other people are buying it, and those items can get a second chance.
Yep. It's a really weird thing to think about, but everything around you right now will be either in someone else's house one day or in the dump. So that's just the way it is. Everything is just borrowed, baby.
Yeah.
Can't take it with you.
Yeah, everything we have we borrow.
So I'll take it with me.
They're just material possessions.
Yep.
Nothing, you know.
I know, it's getting too deep with
Anyways,
Too
someone
philosophical.
asked what snack we're eating.
Oh.
Or what's your favorite late night snack?
Oh, man.
Frank is asking.
Good question.
Well,
I'm kind of basic.
we don't have well, maybe popcorn?
I would say popcorn might be one of my favorite snacks.
My favorite for tonight is organic Doritos.
Ooh.
We've been snacking on these all night, and I think we ate half the bag. But these are really good. So I don't know what you guys are snacking on. You could put it in the comments.
Uh-oh. Crunch, crunch. I'm good. Got a show to do. Gary says, Gary says, if I can't take it with me, I ain't going. That's right. That's the way.
There you go. Stay with us, Gary.
Yeah, if you're digging our live stream, please subscribe, hit the bell, and give us a big thumb somewhere. Thumbs up. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. And Late Late Horror Show says Yoo-hoo and mint Oreos.
Huh.
Ooh, mint Oreos.
Yoo-hoo's weird.
Yoo-hoo.
You like Yoo-hoo?
I haven't had Yoo-hoo in...
It's like watered down chocolate milk.
It's like, it almost tastes like skim milk.
It is, yeah,
Kind of like a watery milk?
Yeah, even as a kid, I didn't...
It's like a chocolate drink?
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I don't think I've had Yoo-hoo since...
Yoo-hoo!
Way back in the day. Yeah.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson used to say? Oh, he used to say hee-hee, not yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo!
No, Yoo-hoo is where you look up stuff on the computer.
That's
Yahoo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yoo-hoo, it's interesting. Like you could, if you get that real ice cold, you could just chug it because it's like water. It's like it's not really thick like milk. But what other?
Let's see. I like I do like popcorn, but I like different popcorn than you do. I like the Newman's Own popcorn.
It's horrible for you.
And the Aldi popcorn that's like in a bag.
Yeah, not that stuff. But
yeah.
One of the things I like, and it's bad for you cholesterol wise, is chunks of cheese and like pretzel crackers. I love that stuff. But that's not good for you.
James says, I like your old antique lounge couch you guys are sitting on now. Well, the couch doesn't like me. Here's some more behind the scenes stories. This couch is actually very uncomfortable, and that's why I have a pillow under my dupa, because this couch is so uncomfortable. This thing's over 100 years old. It was given to me by a friend.
Hey, Jim Hearns, thank you for the super chat. He has a question. Great show, or a comment.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Great show as always. Hope to see you at Monster Bash this year. The grandkids love Grimm's drop-ins of the movies. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Don't worry, maybe not in the next movie, but the one after that will definitely have all the drops you could ever want.
Yeah, we'll go back to the movies with sound effects probably mid-June. Because June 4th, when we come back, we're going to be playing a monster movie that's another indie one. But it involves a monster that he's hard to take pictures of.
Very elusive.
He's very elusive. All of his pictures end up being blurry, but everyone gets footprints of him.
Can never find shoes in his size.
Yeah, he has to special order his shoes.
Laughs at Shaquille O'Neal's feet,
He needs a lot of nair.
Yeah. Goes through a lot of razors, that guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was I going to say there? Oh, someone said that Will Chrisman said he's drinking or trying Yoo-hoo mixed with a more adult beverage. Huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
They make, and now we're getting the booze talk, but it's a limited thing, but they've made some Jameson that tastes like coffee. And I think there's a couple of...
Well, that might be good. I do like coffee.
I did try it. It's really wild. Yeah, so you can... Huh. And PBR makes a chocolate drink, too, now.
That's not the coffee one, is it?
Yeah, I just said that. It's a coffee chocolate.
You said chocolate.
Well, it's kind of like chocolate.
Okay, yeah, that one I didn't like.
Yeah, and moonshine.
I don't know if it's good to mix that with coffee.
I don't know.
But then again, some people have Irish coffee. They'll put Baileys in.
John Biggins dumps milk duds in the popcorn. Okay, little sweet and salty thing going on there.
Yeah, I like that. Aldi makes like a sea salt popcorn, and I love that stuff. Like I ate a whole bag the other day. It was so good.
There's a lot of questions here. Neon Trash Production says, "Are we going to Retro Invasion this weekend at the end of summer?" We do have one thing booked so far.
Yeah, we do have one convention booked in November. We weren't we weren't booked for Retro Invasion. We didn't even know they were doing that again. So,
right.
We probably won't go to that one. We're just going to do a few appearances this year.
We don't even know if we'll do Wasteland. We don't know.
Yeah, we're not even sure if there's going to be a Cinema Wasteland. I know there won't be a Ghoulardi Fest.
Yeah, that's off the table.
Yeah, and then what was the other one that we used to go to in Cincinnati? Horror Hound? That one, if they do bring that back, maybe next year, like we're not, in any... We're just going to do a few appearances and kind of see how that goes and kind of ease back into socializing in person.
I think Naoko's onto something. She's guessing what the movie could be about. She might be right.
Oh, yeah, we had some good guesses. Yeah. I think you're right, Naoko.
You're probably... Yeah.
Should I tell them what the movie is?
You can. Why not?
Yeah, I was hinting towards it.
It's not going to be such a big surprise.
The movie is
Big
called
surprise.
Bigfoot.
Hey!
From 2004. It's an independent film. It was filmed in Mentor, Ohio, and it's really good.
Yeah, I found a copy of it at the flea market, and we, on a whim, Janet said, hey, let me see if I could find out who made this movie, because we figured out it was made in Ohio. And, yeah, you tracked down the director and gave him a buzz, and we talked to him that same night. We watched the movie on the phone. Yeah. And sounds like we're going to get permission to show the movie and maybe an interview with him. Yeah, so we have permission to play the movie Bigfoot. And, yeah, we're trying to set up an interview with the director, producer, the writer, Bob Gray. Right. So we're excited about that. Yep. Oh. And with one of the actors, one of the people who, yeah, one of the actors of the movie. Anything else we have to cover right now? Because I'm fading. I'm tired too. I'm worse than you, I think, right now. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We're getting tired. Grimm's ready to doze off. Yeah, we got a big day tomorrow. We do. I got to clean a grill off and grill food and hang out all day in the sun. It's going to suck so bad. Listen to music. But actually, I'm going to be going through and cleaning up some of that ghoul stuff I got. And there's more on that coming up in the next few weeks. Yeah. So thank you guys for the super chats. You're awesome. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for your comments, for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And thanks for watching. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you guys not live next week, but we will upload a few videos here and there. So if you hit subscribe to YouTube and hit the little bell, you'll get notified when we upload something. Right. And we'll be back with live streaming shows on Friday, June 4th. That's right. So until then, hang loose, silly goose. Good night. Oh, sorry, Grimm. No, go right ahead. No, you go ahead. No, I'm good. Good night. Good fright. Mwah! See you later, alligators. Ha ha. After a while, crocodile. Hang loose, silly goose. Where's my... What happened here? Click end to the stream. I'm trying to, but... You clicked the mouse off. I didn't on purpose, though. Okay. It must have been an accident. You did, though. Well, someone did. Hit the red button. Oh, end stream. I see it. Hit the red button. Bye. Bye. There it goes.